We just heard a really great panel. Showtime was there, Bravo Oxygen. We were talking about social TV. I just want to know from you, first of all, what most resonated? What were the highlights or the surprises?
I think it was great just to hear about the data that's driving everything and how your intuitions can be wrong. And so you really need to pay attention to data. And also just that, networks are really looking at every single way to tell a story, which as a content provider is something we always want to hear.
If you don't know about six hat thinking yet, go find out about six hat thinking. But the red hat is I think this hat. The white hat is the data hat. And that's so important. I think we ignore it sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what are you going to go apply tomorrow that you heard this morning?
I'm going to make sure that our digital coordinator is not scheduling tweets. That was the big thing. I thought, wow, like scheduling tweets, like I think so many people get so busy that they just do it and they're like, oh no, we know what's coming up. Like we watch the program, we can just like put the information in there. And I think being able to just be present and like anything else in life, look at what's going on around you makes such a difference. And that's really what I heard up on the stage. And
isn't that funny? You don't know exactly what's going to resonate in real time until you're actually experiencing it alongside your audience. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, so let's dive in right now. If you guys don't know the properties that this company represents, I mean, this is the big times. This is Project Runway, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Best Inc., some very social programming. So you have a portfolio that begs for social sharing and social interactions. What's the secret? What do you guys start with? Is it content first, audience first? I mean, what do you do?
I think it's our secret's not really a secret. It's the same thing we've been doing for over 20 years, which is simply great storytelling that starts with great characters. And we have an amazing casting department. And I think when you have that casting department and you have the storytellers who know how to tell that story authentically, then you have something that people want to talk about. And that's all you need. It's so simple.
I know that I've been hearing a lot over the ad tech sessions over the last couple of days. If you create something really special, the audience is then going to just organically grow off of that and create their own meaningful experience. So it sounds like you're getting out of their way and you're giving them the tools to be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's super important. And not a show we obviously produce because it's scripted and on ABC and by Shonda Rhimes. But Scandal is something that I really love. And I think it's about the little things you can do that pop culture is about. Like at the first episode this season, she had a Gone Girl, even though she was on a beach, and I grabbed my phone and I was like, oh my God, Gone Girl. I was so excited that I had to tweet. I had to be part of the conversation. So I think as a content provider, if we can create those oh my God moments within our programming, then we'll be having people line up to have a conversation about it.
It's so funny. I was going to ask you this very analytical question. How do you get the attention of distracted viewers? But it's so much beyond that. I mean, it sounds like it's knowing your audience and fully participating. Tell me more about that.
Well, I just think that distracted viewers that is all viewers. Everyone is, a mom or a brother or a sister, or they're doing their homework, or they're doing something or they're just bored and they're looking through Instagram. So I think it keeps going back to telling a good story, knowing what is working, or being you obviously have to be a little bit of a visionary and know what you think is going to work in 6 months or a year. And I think continuing to innovate. So not resting on your laurels, but being well, what's going on? Who's doing something that's really cool right now? And how can we have all ships rise with the tide?
So obviously you've nailed it for 2014, but things keep changing. The future is coming. So looking ahead, I don't know if you can really tell the future, but what are you investing in for 2015 and beyond? Where are consumer habits going?
I just think that consumer habits are going to more storytelling. And I think consumers are telling their own stories. You see it in Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We are socially sharing our lives right now. And so I think that for us, looking at nonfiction programming and how do we tell those stories on all those platforms and continue it with a linear story as well. How does that unfold is something that no one's done perfectly yet. So I'd like Bunim Marie to be the first.
Kessela, that's great. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.